Hey there, Jeremy Weiss here with Weiss Tech Hockey and HockeyShot.com, and I want to put together a really quick little video to show you the mechanics of putting together and taking apart HockeyShot's dryland flooring tiles. There have been a few questions come in about this, and so I figured it might be easier to just put together a quick video, show you how to put them together, show you how to take them apart. Okay, so here's my setup here. I know you've seen this before, but you can see I've pulled off a segment of tiles here. And that's so I can kind of show you how they fit together, the mechanics of the tiles, and that way you'll know how to take them apart better. So I've pulled out two and flipped them upside down here. You can see every tile has two sets or two sides of loops like that, and the other two sides are tabs, or almost hooks. They're kind of shaped like hooks, and it's not rocket science. The hooks loop into the tabs, or sorry, the tabs hook into the loops, and then you can see how they look right here from the underneath side. Now you can put these together by just stomping on them, just getting them lined up, and then you can stomp on them. Or what I found works a lot better is using a rubber mallet. So if you've got a rubber mallet, that works really well. I was going to use my rubber mallet, but can't find it. I think my kids were messing with it and lost it or something. So I'll probably be stomping on these to get them back together. But that's how it works. So it's a pretty straightforward setup. One thing I should mention is the design of these tiles is super sturdy. Like, these are heavy duty tiles. I know I mentioned it in my other video, but you can drive your car on these. So if it's something where you're wanting to convert your garage into an off-ice skills session or skills station, it's easy to do that. But because of that, they're made to not really come apart all that easily. So you want to have like a somewhat permanent setup. Now, if you have to move, or if you have to, take them apart for some reason, it can be done. And like I said, that's what I'm going to show you in this video. So anyways, I just figured I'd throw that 2 cents in there, just because, they aren't designed to come apart easily, and that's on purpose because of the heavy duty nature of them. So yeah, they're built like this by design. Okay, so if you're looking to pull them apart, what I recommend doing is pulling them apart in strips. So along the long side of it, and then you can pull them apart individually if you need to at that point. If you're going to be moving or something, I recommend keeping them in as large chunks as possible. So if you can fit them in, into your van in a 2x4 section like this, I recommend, breaking it down to a 2x4, or however, what's the largest size that you can still fit it into your moving van, and then go with that. Because, to take them all apart individually, it's a little bit of a pain. So what you want to do to take them apart is you find the gap, obviously, and then you figure out which side is the loop side and which side is the tab side. So for me, this is the loop side. So we're going to put my foot down to anchor that side, and then we're going to grab on the tab side. And once you get it started, you just keep going. So try to pull a whole string of them at the same time. So it'll look like this. So we keep them going, and then you move your foot to stabilize again. You want to keep that anchor down, and just pull them. And there you have it. So we pulled them all apart. Like I said, it's not rocket science. It's just knowing how to do it right. Biggest key point I would say is make sure you get that anchor, get that foot right beside, as close to the gap as possible, and then just grab it and pull. So that's how you do it. That's how you pull them apart. Then obviously, you can separate them out to as small a segments as you want. To put it back together, the main thing is just make sure you've lined up the tabs right on top of the holes, and then just tap them right back in. Same thing, same process, just in reverse. As long as they're lined up, they go in pretty well. You can see, even just pushing these down with my thumb. Now, obviously, the first time you do these, it won't go in quite this easy. That's where the rubber mallet comes in handy. So you might have to stomp them or hit them with a puck even, or the rubber mallet's really the way to go. But it's not, as long as they're lined up, it's not that hard to get them back together. So that's that. Like I said, it's not rocket science. The only real room for error is if you accidentally anchor down the wrong side. So if you anchor down the tab side and then you're trying to yank up on the loop side, then you're going to be, it won't work. and you run the risk of cracking a tile or separating or breaking off one of the tabs or one of the loops. So just make sure you're anchoring down the right side, and then once you get a string of them started, then just keep pulling and then slide your foot down to keep that anchor as close to the area that you're pulling on as possible. So you can pick up these tiles at HockeyShot.com, and make sure you visit us at WeissTechHockey.com for more drills, skills, and other videos that'll help you improve your game.